Welcome to G Fun Facts Online. Imagine an invisible world, filled with the ghosts of cities, suburbs, and incredible feats of engineering, all lying dormant for centuries beneath the jungles of our planet. For generations, archaeologists could only get small glimpses of this lost past. They would spend entire careers hacking through vegetation just to map a few city blocks. It was heroic work, but it was like looking at an elephant through a keyhole. You see a patch of gray skin, but you have no idea of the scale of the beast. But what if you could suddenly remove the jungle? What if you could peel back the trees like a blanket to see everything hidden underneath? In the last few decades, a technology has emerged that does exactly that, and it is single-handedly rewriting history. It's called Lidar, and it's showing us that ancient civilizations were bigger, more complex, and more incredible than we ever dreamed. Lidar is short for light detection and ranging. Think of it like super advanced radar, but instead of radio waves, it uses lasers. An airplane or a drone flies over an area, firing hundreds of thousands of laser pulses per second at the ground. By measuring the exact time it takes for each pulse to bounce back, it calculates distances with incredible precision. This creates a massive 3D map, a point cloud of the landscape. But here's the magic trick for archaeologists. While most laser pulses hit the top of the forest canopy, many of them sneak through the gaps between leaves and branches to reach the actual ground. Sophisticated computer programs can then filter out all the points that hit vegetation, digitally deforesting the landscape. What's left is a perfectly detailed bare earth map, revealing the faint outlines of house mounds, the straight lines of ancient roads, and the geometric patterns of farms and pyramids, all of which were completely invisible before. Where it once took decades of fieldwork to map a few square kilometers, a LiDAR survey can now cover thousands in just a few days. It gives archaeologists a god's eye view, not just of a single ruin, but of an entire civilization's footprint on the world. Nowhere has this revolution been more profound than in the Maya lowlands of Central America. For a century, we pictured the Maya as a civilization of isolated ceremonial centers, surrounded by a sparse rural population. The jungle, we thought, was too dense to support true, large-scale cities. Lidar has utterly shattered that idea. One of the first jaw-dropping demonstrations came in 2009 at the ancient city of Caracol in Belize. After 25 years of grueling on-the-ground mapping, archaeologists had surveyed about 23 square kilometers. Then, a LiDAR plane flew over. In just a few days, it mapped 200 square kilometers. The results were staggering. Caracol wasn't a small center. It was a massive, continuous urban landscape. The LiDAR revealed tens of thousands of agricultural terraces blanketing the entire area, an intensive farming system capable of supporting a huge population. It found 11 new causeways, ancient highways, connecting the city center to outlying neighborhoods. Population estimates for Caracol skyrocketed to over 100,000 people at its peak, making it a true metropolis. Caracol wasn't a city-state. It was a city-as-state, an integrated urban system that had completely reshaped its environment. If Caracol was the proof of concept, a 2016 project in Guatemala was when LiDAR went viral. The PACUNAM LiDAR initiative surveyed over 100 square kilometers of the Maya Biosphere Reserve. The data revealed over 61,000 previously unknown structures. Houses, palaces, defensive walls, and even entire pyramids that were so overgrown they were completely invisible on the ground. It showed an interconnected network of dozens of cities and towns, all linked by a vast system of causeways. The density was mind-blowing. Based on this, population estimates for the region were revised from a few million up to a staggering 10 to 15 million people. Many of these people lived in sprawling, low-density cities, built in swampy areas that were previously thought to be uninhabitable. The survey also revealed the extent of Maya warfare, with fortresses, walls, and moats crisscrossing the landscape. The Maya were not just peaceful astronomers. They were a complex society engaged in large-scale conflict. And the discoveries keep coming. Just this year, in 2024, a PhD student analyzing publicly available Lidar data found another massive Maya city in Mexico named Valeriana, hiding in plain sight near a modern highway. It had been completely missed by traditional surveys. Valeriana has over 500 structures, including large pyramids and plazas, and likely housed up to 50,000 people. Its discovery proves that even in areas we thought were rural hinterlands, large, complex urban centers could thrive, further filling in the map of the vast, interconnected world of the ancient Maya. Half a world away, in the jungles of Cambodia, Lidar is doing the same for the Khmer Empire, which flourished from the 9th to the 15th centuries. We all know the iconic temple of Angkor Wat, but Lidar has shown us that it was just one piece of a much larger puzzle. In 2012 and 2015, massive Lidar surveys were conducted around Angkor, revealing a network of medieval cities, some comparable in size to Cambodia's modern capital. It turns out, the area around Angkor Wat was a vast, low-density urban complex, the largest pre-industrial city in the world. The Lidar maps revealed a formal grid of roads and canals, not just around the temples, but within the enclosure of Angkor Wat itself, proving it was a living, breathing city. One of the most exciting finds was the city of Mahendraparvata, one of the first capitals of the Khmer Empire. Its existence was known from ancient inscriptions, but no one knew exactly where it was or how big it was. The Lidar data revealed the entire cityscape etched onto a mountaintop, highways, temples, and neighborhoods laid bare. It also uncovered a huge industrial city that one archaeologist had been searching for on the ground for 10 years. Lidar found it in a matter of days. These discoveries show a level of urban planning and water engineering that was unparalleled in the pre-industrial world. And then there's the Amazon rainforest. For centuries, it was viewed as a pristine wilderness, a vast, green expanse, largely untouched by humanity before Europeans arrived. This is now known as the pristine myth, and Lidar has been key to debunking it. In 2022, a Lidar survey in the Bolivian Amazon revealed the remains of the Kasarabe culture. They uncovered 2 large urban centers and a network of smaller settlements connected by straight, raised causeways that ran for miles. The cities had massive public architecture, including conical pyramids up to 22 meters tall. This was a form of low-density urbanism, never before documented in the Amazon. Just this year, an even more stunning discovery was announced in Ecuador. Lidar scans revealed a dense network of cities and roads dating back to 500 years. It's the oldest and largest example of an agricultural civilization yet found in the Amazon. The scans identified more than 6,000 earthen platforms, plazas, and mounds, all connected by a grid of straight roadways. The scale and complexity drew immediate comparisons to the Maya city systems. For thousands of years, the Amazon was a managed landscape, home to large urban populations with sophisticated engineering. The discoveries aren't limited to jungles. In Mexico, while the pyramids of Teotihuacan were always visible, Lidar revealed the true scale of their impact. The city's builders rerouted rivers to conform to their city's astronomical alignment. Incredibly, even today, about 2/3 of modern construction in the area still follows the ancient city's grid lines. In Honduras, Lidar was instrumental in locating a lost city in the remote Mesquite region, potentially the legendary Ciudad Blanca, or White City. And in Michigan, Lidar revealed a vast network of raised garden beds covering 330 acres, showing that ancestral Native Americans were practicing agriculture on a much larger and more organized scale than previously thought. Lidar has kicked off a new golden age of discovery. It's not replacing traditional archaeology, it's supercharging it. Lidar provides the map, allowing archaeologists to go directly to the most promising spots for excavation. These discoveries are forcing us to completely reevaluate what we thought we knew about ancient urbanism, population, and technology. They prove that ancient peoples all over the world were capable of creating vast, sustainable urban environments on a scale we are only just beginning to comprehend. As the technology gets better and more accessible, who knows what else we will find? What other lost cities are still out there, just waiting for a laser beam to reveal their secrets? The story of our past is far from over, and with tools like Lidar, we're just starting to write its most exciting chapters. Thanks for listening to Fun Facts Online.